and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about how I got into 3D printing, and that involves this machine right here, the Bambu Lab A1 Mini. I've always been into techy stuff. 3D printing is no exception to that rule. In this case, I've been looking at 3D printers before I purchased this for a while, let's just say. But it wasn't until a coworker brought some 3D prints in I actually realized how cool it was, and I got it in me that I'm gonna get a 3D printer. Um, this was beginning of 2024, like January-ish. I didn't know what 3D printer I wanted to get, so I did what anybody else would do. I researched and researched. Um, all the Enders, the Elegoo's, you name it, I looked at it. It wasn't until somebody I know recommended I take a look at Bambu's. They actually had a P1S they really liked. At the time, that was a little out of my price range. So I keep going down the rabbit hole while I was looking at printers. And I finally decided what printer I want to go with. I want to go with the Bambu A1. Well, guess what? They're currently, at the time I wanted to get a printer, they're all on recall, and there's none available right now. Um, so I'm like, okay, do I just want to get a P1P then? Which, great printer still. But I wasn't sure. So it wasn't until Bambu cut the price on the A1 Mini from $300 to $250 that I pulled the trigger. Ironically, I think I can get this for like $200 now. Not with the AMS light system, a little bit more. But that was in March. That's when I started my 3D printing journey. Let's talk about the Bambu Lab A1 Mini now. I love this printer. And I think for a beginner, with its price point and ease of use, it's great for somebody new just getting into the hobby that isn't maybe that comfortable with tinkering, okay? If you want to tinker, there's plenty of other great printers out there. Well, even if you do want to tinker or you're tired of tinkering too, this is a great printer. At this price point right now of around $200 for the printer itself, you can't go wrong with it. It's fast, reliable, and if you want to spend a few extra dollars, you can get the AMS light unit. I'm not really going to go into too much technical details on this. There's plenty of other videos out there that go into the full specs of this. But what I can tell you, from me and my experience using this, it's a fast, reliable, easy to use printer. I even have a video where I tore down the front half of this tool head. Really easy tool to take down. There's some screws you gotta take care of, but it's very intuitive when you start taking it apart. Like I said, the worst thing I've had happen in this is I had a blob of death once, which is my fault. I didn't keep my build plate clean enough, led to a plastic ball of death, and it bent my nozzle a little bit. But that was actually what led to me tearing this down, because I was hearing this clicking noise with the extruder, like click, 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 click. Well, the filament couldn't get through the nozzle, so the extruder kept clicking. Me being a total noob at this, I thought it was something with the extruder, so I tear it down. Clean up the gears, weren't dirty. It wasn't that dirty, it wasn't that many hours on the machine yet. I take the little needle cleaner, throw it through the nozzle, still having the same issue. So what I end up doing, well, let me tell you about the issue first. Besides the clicking noises, it wasn't extruding a clean first layer. There was bunches of under extrusion. So I think I had a clog / bent nozzle situation from my blob of death. It happens. Nozzles are consumables. They're easy enough to replace, especially on this printer. Watch this. Let's see if I can actually do this with this angle. Hold on. Now watch this. Boom. Take the silicone sock off. Ah, come on. There's a latch holding this on, but I should be able to just... There we go. Popped off. See how simple it was to pop this on off? Really easy to pop off these nozzles. And just as easy as these are to pop off, I can pop them right back in. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is a .6 hardened steel nozzle. I like these 0.6 for faster printing. You know what? I can't. There we go. Let me slide this over. Oops. Is it all right? There we go. Boom. Make sure that's in there. Throw the plastic boot back over here. Make sure it's secure. And just like that, the nozzle swept out. I'll have to double check that from the front. Don't have the best angle right now. Where did I leave off? Yeah, like I'm saying, love this printer. Now, we can talk about the one obvious thing that's a little bit different about this printer than a lot of other ones you see. I actually printed this top mount and mounted it right to the top here. No signs of cracking, wear. I haven't seen any issue of print quality with this so far. It's been working out great. And as you can see, this is my only space I have for printers behind me. And it saves a bunch of space having this AMS light unit top mounted. Now, one thing I do have to say, since we're talking about the AMS light unit, I actually prefer the light to this AMS unit over here. This one has some quirks I'll talk about later when I talk about more about the P1S. But this one just works. Like, I've had this longer. I have more hours with this AMS light system, and I'm actually absolutely in love with it. It's not enclosed, but I'm only really printing PLA out of it. So, and I'm printing it fast enough where I don't have to worry about moisture. Another cool thing you can get with this are these. These are the Bambu Lab 3D effect sheets. I've printed a few things on these. I really like the cool effects. Now, this does come with 4 different sticker sheets, and you put front and back. I have like a carbon fiber on it right now, and a stars pattern, and also this spring steel smooth plate. So, I forgot the price of this. I'll have it up here somewhere in the video, what I paid for this. But I actually really like these. I haven't used these as much as I've wanted to. You know how it is. You start printing something, you're like, oh yeah, I should do that. Oh, that'd look cool, the effects sheet. But by then you're, half hour into your print. It's like, well, I don't really want to cancel it now. But like I said, if you're just getting into 3D printing, or you're curious about 3D printing, and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, because when you start researching this, some of these printers can get really expensive, and you don't want to tinker, I recommend this printer, Bambu Lab A1 Mini. Now, if you don't mind tinkering a little bit, there's a lot of printers out there that are cheaper than this, and I think would be great for your use case. But the audience I'm talking to, that I think this would be great for, is people that don't have any experience 3D printing. Maybe they not that much experience tinkering. They just want to print and have it work. It's great. But at the same time, if you're tired of tinkering and you just want to print and make it work, great printer as well. But like I was just saying, there's a lot of different printers in the market. I've gotten into 3D printing in, let's say, last March. And I did a lot of research. And I don't think I came across any 3D printer that came out in the past 2 years that I would honestly say is a bad printer right now. They all have their quirks. Each printer has their own quirk. You're not going to get away from that. No, there's no perfect printer out there right now. Whether they're too expensive, you got to tinker with them, or whatever, And different motion systems. This is a bed slinger or a Cartesian model. This is a Core XY. Each one is going to have their own quirks with them as well. Speaking about quirks, one thing I have to say, this thing is a joy to watch print. It's super quiet, and I just love it. Sorry to cut you guys off here, but 2 things I got to tell you real quick. 1, please like and subscribe this video. It's a big help. And 2, channel memberships are now live. if you just want to support me, just 99 cents. And you'll get access to a YouTube members only Discord channel. And you'll also get access to loyalty badges and emojis that will be out eventually. And if you want to pay for, I think, the $2.99, that will give you access to behind the scenes. No, $2.99 will give you access to early access videos, and the $4.99 I think is behind the scenes. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to relook at how I had the perks set up. I'll have listed somewhere over here maybe. Okay, sorry about that. Back to your regular scheduled content.